Well, good morning, campers. It's another day. It's time for another adventure. This one's going to be a slightly different adventure because I'm off to a campsite. Sherwood Pines, near Nottingham. I mean, it's quite local to my home base. Well, I say my home base, I mean my home area where I work. I mean, my base is the van. It's about 1 hour 30 minutes from here. The weather looks really bad this week, so I decided not to go travelling a long way. So I'm going to check out Sherwood Pines campsite. Hopefully you'll come along with me. I'll catch up with you when I get there. Well, we've arrived at Sherwood Pines campsite, and it's right in the woods. So I'm going to be camping in the forest. Definitely lots of trees around. And typical, the weather's forecast for rain. There's actually a bit of sun shining. I have to try and find the reception to book in. Here we are. Let's go and book in. We're following one of the receptionists who's trying to find me a nice spot. She's just explained it as a glade in the trees. So we'll see. What it actually means. It's not very busy.
There's some just down there, but they aren't in the trees.
I mean, that first one there doesn't.
Yeah, 182 is it? 102?
No, yeah, that one under the trees there.
That one there.
That looks fairly flat.
Do you want to go on that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have a great stay.
Okay, thank you. I'm hoping the grass is not too muddy. Well, we're here. Well, that's going to be my view out my side door for the next 2 days. Really in the trees. But then again, this is Sherwood Pines Forest. So I expect trees. Well, the sun is shining, so while it's shining, let's go and investigate what Sherwood Pines have to offer. We already know we've got trees, Let's go and have a look at the facilities. Well, that's me parked up for 2 nights. Not that many people around in this bit. I'm sharing this glade, as it's called, with an old Imer and a camper. Well, you've got options here. You've got fully serviced pitchers with electric and water, or just electric pitchers, or non-electric pitchers. Hard standing, or on the grass. And dotted around the different areas, we got fresh water taps, grey waste empty point, chemical disposal, and rubbish bins. You can come here without a tent, without a camper van, without a caravan. And he's got these glamping huts. I'm not quite sure how much they are, but I would have thought they're expensive. And stuck at the end, it's like a weird shaped, I was thinking of an igloo. It looks like an igloo. That's glamping. Different level, I think. Some more glamping pods actually in the trees. Not very big. Well, this is a family buffet, so I'm not quite sure how many people could fit in there. Can't see much because of the reflection. I suppose if it was really raining, really windy, you might be glad of this place. And another one, looks like a new one, new build, they haven't quite finished because the barbecue has not been completed. As I say, they're right in the wood. That's the big camping field. Bit of a mess there. I was going to camp on there, but there's nobody else there and it's a bit open. And given that it's fairly windy and it's forecast to be windy, I thought it'd be better in the trees, a bit more sheltered. Well, this appears to be the main hub of toilet block, shower block. It's quite a size. I hope the audio's coming through okay because it's a little bit windy. So we got changing rooms, family change. It's nice that they've made it, cladded it in wood, given that we're in a forest. It's well in keeping with that. Male toilets, let's have a look in here. Well, urinals obviously. Quite a few sinks there. Shower points. Hair dryers. Sink units. Showers. push button shower. I'll try that later and let you know if it's one of those where you have to keep pushing the button. It's fairly clean. And at the moment it's quite warm in here. Yeah, I'm impressed. Dishwashing area. Got 9 sinks in here. Plenty of space for people to wash up. And I like that they've put some lower sinks so the kids can have a go, if you can ever get them to do it. Drinks machine, if you want a coffee. Snack machine, yeah, great for the kids. And at the opposite side we've got the women's toilets and showers. Backpacker room. Oh, a set of lockers for the backpackers. Different. And if you need to wash your clothes, we've got a laundry. Don't know if you're washing them by hand. Another set of sinks. Oh, there we go. We seem to have 2 decent washing machines at the bottom. Dryers at the top. £3.50 for a wash. £1 for 25 minutes on the tumble dry. Not too expensive. At least it's cheaper than Revolution. We've even got an ironing board and iron. 20 pence for the iron. And if you've got a dog and your dog's got dirty, they've even got a dog wash facility. Must admit, I'm quietly pleased and a bit impressed by this toilet block, shower block, main block if you want to call it that. This sort of services fairly decent sized area, which is not very busy at the moment. I mean, we are midweek, at the weekends it's probably busier. Well, this is just one area. Go and see what else I can find. Let's follow this track to the visitor centre and see what's on offer here. A nice little walk through the woods. Supposed to be lots of stunning trails leading off all over the place. Dog walkers will probably love this place. Stunning trees as well, all different types. Well, I forgot to mention the cost of camping here. Depends which pitch you pick. Obviously a fully serviced one, water and electric, is going to be the most expensive on the hard standing. The cheapest is on the grass with no electric or water, and that's £20 a night. So it's not exactly cheap. So I'm spending £40 to be here for 2 days. And I think the place is run by the Forestry Commission, and I think that's why you're paying that sort of money. And there's no free parking and there's no free camping around this area. I'll have to have a look on Park for Night to see if there's anything nearby here. But even if you were coming in a car, I think there's parking charges, so we'll find out how much to charge to park your car or your van as you visit. Well, I've just been talking to one of the staff members here who tells me they've got a big Go Ape facility here, climbing in the trees and Tarzans and swings and zip wires and things like that. So it's another one for the adventurous kids and adventurous adults if you want to come here. I have been here, well, not to the campsite, but to the Sherwood Pines previously when I was doing mountain biking. So I know there's a mountain biking centre with mountain bike hire. I'm sort of thinking about maybe hiring a bike tomorrow, depending on the weather. I mean, it's nearly 2 years since the last time I was on a mountain bike, or any bike, to be honest, and I fancy giving it a go again. I brought my cycle shorts with me just in case. Just standing here listening to the wind blowing through the trees. It's a nice calming feeling. Well, Sherwood Pines has acres and acres of woodland to discover. If you like walking, good place to come. If you like cycling or mountain biking, good place to come. I think even if it was raining, it would still be quite nice. I would recommend it. I think we're about 10 miles from Nottingham itself, Nottingham City. We're not actually in Sherwood Forest. We're in Sherwood Pines Forest. Just so we don't get confused. No sign of Robin Hood here. And I can actually see some horses, so it's probably a good place for horse riding as well. Well, that's just giving you a little glimpse of how windy it is. And this is typical of me. I'm following paths with no map, so I've no idea where I'm going. But does it really matter? Not really. I'm in no rush to get anywhere. These are odd looking huts. Quite sure what these are. A few dotted around. This is quite an interesting fact, actually. I think I'll go and have a look, see if I can find the trench. Oh, I've spotted a sign for the trench. At least I know that I'm on the right path. Surprisingly, even though it's all green, there's lots of variations in the green. If that makes any sense. Well, I've found the compound where the trench has been reconstructed. Let's have a look inside. Well, you can just imagine, or maybe you can't imagine, spending all day in this sort of environment. Shells flying over, bullets. Yeah, that's typical. The generals were banned from going over the top. Typical. Send all the Tommies over while they're having their afternoon tea. Not much height on this. You can just about see over the top. And that's another interesting fact. Youngest soldier, 12 years old. Wonder if he survived. Quite a few interesting facts dotted around in this reconstruction. I think I remember that on a film. Yeah, intriguing little place. $65 million troops. Wow. And animals. I knew there was horses in the First World War. I'm just picking all these up because they're interesting facts. Which I didn't know about. And you probably didn't know about. But at least you'll know now. And how the hell, and how did letters get delivered both ways? Well, it's time for me to go over the top and get out of here. Interesting, very interesting. More interesting facts. And that's all you can see. Just looking out of a little hole over the other trenches. If you do come to Sherwood Pines, I should take a time to come and visit this little bit. It's quite harrowing to think about it. The First World War. I can really understand why people remember it, Remembrance Day. It sort of brought it home to me a bit more, surprisingly, even though I watched war films and things like that. I knew a bit of it from history. But yeah, this has really, really touched me. I'm surprised. But well worth a visit. And I've spent the afternoon just on some of the walks. Getting lost a little bit, as I normally do. Loads of bird song, but no birds to see, which always seems to be the case for me. And I didn't know I was a poet. That rhymed. Who knew? Well, I'm off to follow some more paths while the sun is shining. Well, this appears to be the Go Ape area. It's not as extensive as I was led to believe. But I'm sure the kids would enjoy it. A bit more over here. A bit for the smaller kids. Climbing wall. Even more bits of the Go Ape. So yeah, I was wrong. It is quite an extensive one. Near the visitor centre, nice big block of toilet block. And showers, I think, for the mountain bikers. But apparently that's what's here. And if you fancy going round the forest on a sedgeway, which I don't think I'd like to have a go at. We do that here as well. So if you're visiting with your family or on your own, I would suggest you bring your own drinks and food. It's a nice cafe, £2.30 for a cup of tea, £3 for a little scone, and the cooked food, well, that's really expensive. So yeah, bring your own drink, bring your own food. Be a lot cheaper. Well, we've got card only base stations. For a fairly extensive car park if you're visiting for the day. So the parking charges 8 AM to 6 PM. £12 for the day really. Coaches and minibuses, and I presume campers, are all £12 as well. Unless you become a member, then it's free. So the fact that I'm paying £20 for the day and night and camping, it's only £8 more than if I was visiting for the day. So actually that's quite reasonable. Now this is what I've been looking for. Sherwood Pines cycle hire. Let's see what sort of prices they're charging now. £12.50 for 1 hour. 23 for 2, 35 for 3, 55 for all day. It's not that cheap. Let's go and have a look and see what the bikes are actually like. Well, I'm presuming that these are the higher bikes. They all look not full sus. They don't look electric. Well, I'm outside the hire shop and I've already spotted that it's £55 for the day. Hopefully that's for electric. Let's go inside and ask. Well, I've committed myself to 2 hours on an electric mountain bike tomorrow. I'm hoping that it's not going to be raining, but we'll see. It might be fun in the mud. So this concludes my little tour around for today. I'm quite happy with the campsite at £20 a night. I think that's fairly reasonable. So until the next time, bye for now.